Ever wonder why, despite all your hard work, you're still struggling financially? Today, I'm pulling back the curtain on 7 sneaky money habits that are secretly keeping you poor. As a professional trader with over a decade in the game, I've seen it all, and I'm here to share insider secrets that most financial advice won't tell you. Stick around, because by the end of this video, you'll know exactly what to do to turn your financial life around. Ready to break free from the money traps? Let's get started. The first habit that's keeping you poor is taking bad money advice from broke people who haven't figured it out themselves. We've all heard it growing up. Get a good job and save your money and you'll be fine. But let's face it, this advice is outdated and might be holding you back. Over a decade ago, when I first started trading and investing, I was surrounded by clueless people who placed their limiting beliefs onto me. They were playing not to lose as opposed to playing to win. They told me to avoid risks and stick to a 9-to-5 job. If I'd listened to them, I'd still be stuck in a cubicle, dreaming of what could have been. Instead, I focused on taking calculated risks and also sought out mentors who were successful and learned from them. It's that cheesy yet true expression: you are the average of the 5 people that you spend the most time with. So choose your influences wisely. Here's a truth bomb for you. You can't escape risks, so don't even try. Instead, calculate your risks so you can manage the outcome. Imagine this: every time that you face a risk, ask yourself 2 crucial questions. If I'm right, will I absolutely love the outcome? And if I'm wrong, can I handle the consequences? If you can answer yes to both, that's your green light to go for it. That's the ultimate signal to seize the opportunity and to take action. Calculated risks are your best allies. So gear up, embrace risk, and make your move. Number 2 is believing that luck will save you. Here's the brutal truth: nobody is coming to save you. No genie or lottery. Many years ago, I was working as a pizza driver to pay off my bills and fund my entrepreneurial dreams, whilst training to be a doctor. One night, I drove to a wealthy person's house to deliver pizza. I asked him how he became successful, and he said something that still stuck with me to this day. He told me, "Luck is for poor people. Rich people don't rely on luck. They create their own opportunities." This simple statement changed everything for me. It wasn't about waiting for some lucky break. It was about creating my own path and seizing every opportunity. One of the things that I say to my own one-to-one clients is that trading and investing is a game of probabilities, not certainties. It's about having a statistically proven strategy so that we come out profitable over time, whilst protecting the downside using good risk management. Life is no different. It's a probability game too. Every successful person that I know doesn't rely on luck. They hone their skills and work tirelessly to tip the scales in their favor. The other day, I met a guy who blew half his paycheck on lottery tickets, convinced he would hit the jackpot. Spoiler alert, it never came. He was convinced that his big break was just around the corner. Meanwhile, I was putting my money in smart investments, watching it grow steadily over time. The main takeaway is don't gamble with your future. Take control by making strategic, actionable choices. Your success isn't a matter of chance. It's about the steps that you take to build it. Next up is spending money on things you want but don't need. We live in a consumer-driven society where we're constantly marketed to. Here's a hard truth that I learned early on. Broke people are profitable for companies because they're easy to sell to. Think about it. Companies thrive on targeting those who feel pressured to spend beyond their means. They're banking on your impulse buys and financial anxiety. Every time you buy something you don't need, you're trading your hard-earned money for a fleeting feeling. Instead of flexing on social media, invest in your future. Think about your last impulse buy. Did you really need it? Number 4 is not learning how to invest and being afraid of change. Knowledge is power, especially when it comes to money. The more you learn, the more you earn. Take advantage of available resources and start small. You don't need to be an expert overnight. The main thing is to start. I remember my first investment over a decade ago. It was nerve-wracking, but the more I learned, the more confident I became. Now, I can't imagine my life without investing. Start with something small, even if it's just a few dollars. The key is to build a habit and grow from there. Want to unlock the secrets to building wealth, like the top 1%? Click the link to watch my previous video, where I reveal 8 insider tips that could change your financial future. 5th on my list is spending money you don't have on things you can't afford. Debt is modern-day slavery. When you borrow money to buy things, you're trading future earnings for something you don't really need right now. If you have to ask if you can afford it, you can't. The rule of thumb that I live by is simple. If you can't buy it twice, you can't afford it. Avoid the trap of instant gratification and focus on saving and investing. Number 6 is trying to keep up appearances. Why spend money trying to impress people you don't even like? It's a vicious cycle that keeps you poor. The appearance game is a race. You'll never win. I've seen so many people sacrificing their futures just to look good in the present. Instead, focus on building real wealth. I remember a colleague who bought an expensive car just to fit in with higher-ups at work. He couldn't really afford it and ended up selling it at a loss a year later. It wasn't worth the financial stress and false sense of status. Number 7 is a killer. If you aren't tracking, you are slacking. If you don't know where your money is going, how can you control it? In my early days, I was guilty of this too. I would get to the end of the month and wonder where all my money went. It wasn't until I was tracking every penny when I realized how much I was wasting. You can't manage what you don't measure. Start tracking your expenses. There are plenty of apps out there. I use a simple Excel spreadsheet for this. Once you see where your money is going, you can start plugging the leaks. So there you have it, 7 money habits that are secretly keeping you poor. It's time to take control of your financial future. Remember, it's not about how much money you make. It's about how much you keep and grow. Which habit are you going to break first? Comment below and let's support each other on this journey to financial freedom. If you enjoyed this video, then smash that like button and subscribe to not miss out on weekly videos on entrepreneurship, business, and self-development. Don't forget to share this video with a friend who you think would benefit.